the topic of our presentation is depression, and the slogan is that don't be afraid, let's talk. So we have divided our presentation into 4 parts: problem, cause, effects, and suggestion. Firstly, problem. What is depression? The depression is a state of raw mood and aversion to activity that can affect a person's thought, behavior, feelings, and sense of well-being. For example, there anyone know who has suffered from depression in our world? Maybe you can give a person for me.
Pardon? What was the question?
Who has suffered from depression? You know.
Do you know someone who has suffered from depression?
Do you know?
Yeah.
Anyone know? Maybe. Yeah.
What would you like to know?
Someone in our world, someone who has suffered from depression.
Celebrity.
Yeah.
Oh.
Such as Hemingway.
Who?
Hemingway.
Hemingway.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. There are 5 persons who have this illness. Van Gogh, European painter, who suicided when he was 37 years old because of depression. Hemingway, a famous American writer, he wrote the famous novel The Old Man and the Sea, and Churchill echoed some more, and Chaplin, a famous British comedian. So next, I will going to give you some key facts and trends about depression. The first one, there are more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression in our world, and this tension is increasing dramatically. Secondly, depression has become the first disease, and it predicted to be second in 2020. In addition, depression appears younger age trend. This means more and more children have got this illness. Finally, the hospital recognition rate is below 20%, and even outpatient rate is below 10%. This means the public awareness of depression is ambiguous. So our aim of the presentation is to explore the cause and effects of depression, and to give some suggestions to prevent, reduce depression. Now, I will hand over to my partner Kitty, who will analyze the reason of depression. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to share with you the cause of depression. Maybe most of you think that the depression was caused by one particular event, but the reality is far more complicated than that. In fact, the depression can be caused by a combination of factors, and it can be divided into 2 main aspects. The first one is life events. Researchers suggest that continuing difficulties could cause depression, such as long-term unemployment, and or you are living in an uncaring relationship, long-term isolation and loneliness could also lead to depression. Moreover, prolonged work stress could also lead to depression. And the second main reason is personal factors. As you can see, the first one is family history. Some people, their parent or their relative, their close relatives have depression, so they are at a more risk of getting depression. And the second one is personality. Some people, they have a tendency to worry a lot. And they may be a perfectionist. And they are sensitive to personal criticism. And they have this kind of person are easily to get depression. It is reported that the third one is serious medical illness. Some people may got seriously ill and they have to stay in hospital for a long time, so they may lose their hope for their future, and they are easily to have depression. It is reported that people who have depression also suffer from drug and alcohol problems. The last one is age. When people get old, their brain function reduces. And it is reported that many elder people experience severe depression for the first time they get dementia. Moreover, high blood pressure could also lead to depression. But this reason have always been ignored by most people. Finally, what I want to mention is that different people have different characters. So the cause of depression can be different from everyone, and the depression could be caused by a combination of factors. It's not caused by one particular event. So what we need to do is to recognize the signs and symptoms and then seek help. And now my group partner, Paris, will share with you the effects of depression.
So if someone suffers now, let's move on the effects of depression. I'd like to classify two aspects, including the one part is psychological symptoms, including feeling and thoughts. If people get depressed, maybe always feel unhappy and disappointed, miserable, indecisive, guilty. Think that unfair is my fault. Nothing good ever happened to me. Life is not worthy. Such as people would be better off without me. The other part is physical symptoms. The physical symptoms include the body and the behavior. For body, tired all the time, no energy to do something. You just want to stay home. Sometimes you maybe feel I'm sick and run down. Significant weight loss and gain. For behavior, if the people suffer from the depression, maybe they don't want to go out anymore. Just stay home by themselves. Withdrawing from close family and friends. Rely on alcohol and sedatives. And unable to concentrate to do something. Yes, this topaz is the effects of the depression. Next step, Lee on to give some suggestions.
Thank you for my partners. At last, I will show about the suggestions to everyone. First, let's do a little test about depression. We have, look at the slide, we have 6 questions. For example, the first one, do you sometimes feel little interest or pleasure in doing things? Maybe all of us feel little interest or pleasure when we are studying. That is not depression. Read the other questions quickly. Ren, do you have 3 or more than 3 symptoms in these questions?
I just read the second one. Yeah. 3. I don't read that. Sorry, read it.
You are lucky, you are not a depression patient. This is just a little test to help everyone to know more about depression. If you have 3 or more than 3 symptoms, you need to be careful and listen to my suggestions. Next, I will show some suggestions in 2 aspects. First, for depression patients, look for support from your friends or families. Some depression patients always think they are special and they don't want to talk with others. So we show our slogan again and again. Don't be afraid, let's talk. For them, they need to talk with others and take part in some social activities. This will help them make their world of difference in their mood. Another is do things that make you feel good. You can pick up a formal hobby or a sport you used to like. For example, you can go out with your friends, plan a day trip to park, mountain, or other places. The last but not least, eating a healthy diet. Most of the depression patients think that eat sugar or sweet food can make them feel happy and excited. But research shows that this is not correct. This can help them have a happy or excited mood at a short time, but after that, they will feel sad or unhappy than before. For us, everyone cannot understand them, cannot understand depression patients, their behavior, their mood, and their thoughts. So we should take care more about your friends and families who have depression. At last, I want to talk again. Listen to them and learn to understand them. Perhaps maybe they are strange. You cannot understand them. Their behavior, their mood, you cannot understand. But listen to them and talk with them. Help them control their mood and help them go back to their life. Thank you. That's all. We have 2 questions. Larry, do we have people with depression around you? And what suggestions do you give them to reduce